What's up guys, welcome back to HMHT. So today we finally have another watchOS update after 1 week intermediate, and the one that we have is watchOS 7.4 developer beta 7. That's the one that I've updated my Apple Watch to. And just in case you're curious, I believe the public beta is now out. So irregardless of the profile you have, be it developer beta or public beta, this is an update that you can easily update to. Now obviously this is not all that Apple released today. This is the Apple developer website that you're seeing here, and as you can see today, they released iOS 14.5 as well as iPadOS 14.5 beta 7. They also released tvOS 14.5 beta 7. However, there was no macOS Big Sur 11.3 beta 7, so that's something to take note of, and once it comes out I'll be able to do a video for you. But now, since we are talking about watchOS 7.4 beta 7, I've already updated my Apple Watch Series 6 that you are seeing here, and since I was coming from beta 6 of watchOS 7.4, the update size came in quite small. It was actually around 61.7 megabytes, but if you're coming from a different version and you have a different watch, then the update size might actually be different. Now if we go to see the new build number that came with this update, by going into settings, general, and then about, you can see the new software version that we have here, and it's watchOS 7.4 of course, and the software version is 18T5194A. So this is the third consecutive A update that we have when it comes to watchOS 7.4. So this tells you how stable or how much time Apple has had to work on watchOS 7.4. A is the most stable software build number that you can get before the RC. So this version, in my opinion, is very good. Now that's the build number. Now when it comes to new features and changes that came with watchOS 7.4 beta 7, the first one that I have to mention, if you watched my last video when I updated to watchOS 7.4 beta 6, this is basically what happened when I asked Siri when WWDC was going to take place. When is WWDC?
Apple's 2020 Worldwide Developers Conference will be held online starting June 22nd. You can get all the details at apple.com.
But now with watchOS 7.4 beta 7, that has actually changed. So let's go ahead and ask Siri, when is WWDC?
Apple's 2021 Worldwide Developers Conference will be held online starting June 7th. You can get all the details at apple.com.
Okay, so as you can see, we now have the updated WWDC date with beta 7. So this is something that's being updated, I believe, according to different regions. So they started with the United States, UK, Canada. So if your region hasn't yet received this Siri update, then you might, despite being on beta 7, you might get the old 2020 WWDC date when it comes to Siri. But as you can see, for me, there has been a change when it comes to watchOS 7.4 with Siri. And of course, remember, with Siri you can actually change voices. This is something that came with the previous update, but just to show you, if you go to your settings and then you go to Siri, you can actually go to where it says Siri voice right there, and you'll be able to change and have a variety of voices. Instead of just saying male and female, you have more variety and more realistic sounding Siri voices. Now the other thing that I would like to show you when it comes to watchOS 7.4, I had previously said that it only shows up once in the morning when you unlock your Apple Watch, but I noticed that now this shows up more often. So let's go ahead and take off my Apple Watch, because if we take it off, it actually locks. So I've locked my Apple Watch like this. As you're seeing, it's requesting for a passcode. That's the other thing that I want to show you. And now let me go ahead and unlock my iPhone like this, and as you can see, it shows the pop-up now, Apple Watch unlocked by this iPhone. So as you can see now, it doesn't show up just once, it shows up all the time. So when you remove your Apple Watch all the time and put it back on your wrist, it will show you the pop-up. As long as you lock your iPhone and unlock your iPhone, then the pop-up will come up. So this is now showing up all the time, unlike what we had before on beta 6, which I guess is a good thing, and that's one of the changes. And the other change that I would like to mention when it comes to this update has to do with the speed. So the speed that it takes to obviously download the update depends on your Wi-Fi speed. However, the speed that it takes to boot up the watch once you've downloaded the OS, so from the moment you see the Apple logo and loading, it's now been shortened, and I keep seeing an increase with these back-to-back A updates when it comes to the build number. So it's good, and when you're updating, you should see a very significant improvement when it comes to the time it takes for you to be able to use your watch after the update is done. Something else that has been sort of updated has to do with the Find My application or network. So Apple has made the Find My network available to everyone who wishes to basically use the network, and this means that third-party companies and manufacturers can make their devices compatible with the Find My app. But in future on the iPhone, you'll actually be able to track different items or add different items to your tracking list. So it doesn't have to be an Apple product, so it can be something like a bike, or it can be a handbag, keys, or anything that you want to track, as long as it's been added to Apple's third-party Find My network. This is something that you'll be able to do in the Find My app, and I think most likely this will be exclusive for the iPhone or on the iPhone, since on the Apple Watch this is something that's a little bit limited when it comes to functionality. Now, mainly those are the new features and changes that came with watchOS 7.4 beta 7, at least for me, that I'm aware of at this time. If I come across any other new features, then I'll definitely let you know. Now, when it comes to some issues or bugs that are there with this update, I saw only one person that mentioned that when it comes to this update, they're not receiving iMessage notification on the Apple Watch, but on the iPhone that's paired with the Apple Watch, they are receiving these notifications. So I'm not sure if it's a bug that's actually affecting just that one person or just a certain series of an Apple Watch, but if I do, then I'll let you know on my social media handles. Now, other than that, that's how this update came in for me. Now, a lot of people want this update to be released to the public very soon, so let's talk about the possible release date for watchOS 7.4. April 7th, we have watchOS 7.4 beta 7. Sort of rhymes 7 and beta 7, but that's not the point that I'm trying to make today. But you can see that for the last 3 weeks, Apple has been on a weekly release cycle when it comes to these watchOS 7.4 updates. So very likely next week we are going to see another update, and usually Apple doesn't reach beta 8 when it comes to these beta updates, so there's a high chance that on the week of the 11th we'll actually see watchOS 7.4, the release candidate version RC1, and then most probably on the week of the 18th, that's when we are going to get watchOS 7.4 officially being released to the public and to all supported Apple Watch devices. Those are the dates, and that's when I would basically be looking forward to installing watchOS 7.4. Now, there's a new big update that's coming. As you can see, Siri has been updated to tell WWDC, and that is actually watchOS 8. I know we are currently on watchOS 7.4, but the next big watchOS update is actually watchOS 8, and we know that we are going to receive the first beta of watchOS 8 on the 7th of June. So that's when WWDC kicks off, and that's when the first beta of watchOS 8 beta 1 comes out, and then it usually goes into beta. It receives a number of betas and is released to the general public after a few weeks or some months. That's when we'll be getting watchOS 8, the first beta. Now, when it comes out, I'll be doing videos on that, so make sure you subscribe and stick around to the channel. And if you like this video, I think a like will be good. And other than that, that's about it for me. I think I have nothing else left to say other than peace.